here. I've got to pick up a 2023 Toyota Tacoma. This is one of those places that, unfortunately, you pretty much, you know, not on them, but you pretty much got to block the road, or a portion of it anyway, in order to hang out and wait for you know, what they need to do. He said he's got to dig it out for me, which makes sense. They use up this property quite a bit here. I've only been here actually a few times, but I remember it now. It's been a while. And it is hot today. It was, well, at least hot for me. It was 90 degrees yesterday. It's supposed to be pretty close to that again today. Hopefully not. But, well, at least I have some air conditioning. And some new washer fluid too, it looks like. The last time I picked up a car, I had to back up that drive right there all the way up to the barn back there. And I remember I was picking up a Dodge Charger. Front end was on the ground. I don't remember the other vehicle I picked up, but I do remember I came here and it was maybe my first month towing, and I started picking up the car and it was the wrong one. I remember I just ended up moving it over for them to pick up the one that I was actually after, because there were two of the same up there. I didn't check the VIN, and they thought they only had one, and it turns out the one that I was actually picking up was a running and driving version of it, so I lucked out pretty well with that one. Well, I'll save the battery and get back to it once they got the truck out for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start up the driveway and I'll coast it down the hill towards you.
Okay, all right, just back in?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Washed the truck this weekend, so my mirrors are clean this time. For now, anyway. It'll get all nasty later. As soon as I drive through some of the dirt. Definitely remember being here the last time I backed in, because I remember that rope that's on the ground that you may not be able to see it in the camera, but there's a rope on the ground. I remember running over it. It's been there since. It's been there ever since. I'm almost certain. there's basically no room except for a flatbed tow truck. Nothing bigger than this probably to go through here, for sure. Touching the tire there. So he was gonna coast it down the hill, but it looks like maybe there's some trouble. That's fine. No big deal. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised it's not cooperating if that's what happens. It looks like a mess. Yeah, it looks trashed. Well, hopefully the next truck I'm getting, which is a GMC, looks better. Hopefully it looks better. This one doesn't look too towable. It's possible it is, but looks like a fun one. Now, let me take off my pro mode. It takes longer to take pictures.
What's that?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's all front end damage. I just gotta pull this chalk out behind the tire, and then
Sure.
I'm not sure if it's going to be in neutral or if it's going to be in park. So
No problem. I don't do anything until I hook it up anyway, first.
Have you got room to put your deck down there?
Yeah, I think so. I'll walk it back.
Behind it,
Yeah, it looks okay. I'll walk it backwards if I need to. To walk it under the truck a little bit. Yeah, I look pretty high right here, but...
Wall and go taken off of it.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Now, these are pieces of it. You want them or not?
What do they say on the app here? Let's see, because sometimes they'll ask me to
I know I had a driver come back for pieces.
check for parts.
Yeah.
It doesn't say so. So
everything there's fucked up, I'd say.
yeah, I mean, if the lift gate opens,
Yeah, the back opens.
I could just toss that mess in there for you. That way you don't got a mess here, more of it. I'm probably gonna walk myself back a little bit, just because it's so high back there. Which, I haven't really done that on a hill, but I've got that nice bump right there that'll help stop me in case the truck wants to go forward. walk back a little bit. Yeah, we'll walk back a bit. I'm gonna go back a bit more. I'm gonna back up a little bit more. I've got room. Yeah, I've got room. It's not low enough for me to walk backwards. Should be low enough now. Missing that van, so should be good. Don't get stabbed by it's a bit better. Just barely missing the car. But there's enough room.
You might step on that brake and I'll pull this block out, and I don't know if it's gonna roll or not. I don't know that the part of the linkage is hooked up.
Yeah.
Use an electric heat.
Yeah. Okay, foot's on the brake. Doesn't feel like it works, but
That works. Anyway, I'll get something to pop that park pan out if you want. Or here's one to drag it up.
I'll just pull it up the way it is. Yeah. A little safer that way anyway,
Yeah.
with the hill. Oh yeah. She good. Front end rolls fine. Should be good enough. Yes, sir. Nice and even in the back. Will be. Just gonna straighten out the front. Should be pretty golden. Oh yeah, looks good. Park. The e-brake's on. I'm not too worried about it rolling. I'm not really worried at all about it rolling, but man, I forgot about all those parts. It's not gonna go anywhere. One screw. It's under there. One screw. fix that and sort out everything back there. That's tied. It is tied. Cool. This actually does look like I could probably roll it backwards if I had to. It looks that way. Because nothing's rubbing on the wheels. What's that?
Like the fuel, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not too bad. All right, on my way. Well, this one, you know, it looks good on the outside, but one of the steering linkages, I guess that's what you would call it, I'm only assuming that's what it's called, is disconnected. So unfortunately that means not only do I gotta reach it at an angle, because you know it turns on and everything, it restarts, and it seems like you could just drive it out of there. It doesn't drive straight, or at least you definitely can't turn with it right now. So that means I gotta go here and grab it from the front end and at an angle, and it's low. It's lower to the ground, so I'm gonna be. And I mean, it looks nice for a 1994. It looks pretty nice. So, you know, I might hop in there and actually see if I can reverse it a little bit, because it's rear-wheel drive. So that way I can get it away from the bike just a little bit more, because it is right next to a motorcycle also. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in there, see if I can't just reverse it a little bit. Which I should be able to. Take it away from the bike. That wheel is probably a little bound up too. Yeah, I mean, it sounds great. It looks great, but it's clear. That's something is up with that tie rod. You see it's wanting to pull me in a direction. Actually, it's going a little bit too. Oh, there we go. I'm going the other way now. Okay. So this is good. That's good. And well, at least. So you know what that means. I'm gonna have to disconnect the drive line too, as I got that thing up there. And I'd rather disconnect that one than the 2023 Tacoma. Oh yeah, that's way better. Now I'm a little bit away from that bike, so I'm not worried about that. I'll need to get closer to the bike, so that's good. This should do it. I'm at a bit of an angle, but I think we will see. Should be close enough. And just in case, I'm gonna put my air down too. That way I got a better angle. I'm gonna get a picture of this damage here too, just in case. So that, you know, it's probably done. That's probably from the last tow, really, because it's in the right spot for it. I mean, unfortunately, that piece is gonna flex a little bit anyway, because yes, yeah, it's in the way. This one, oh yeah, you can see that wheel is all kind of mess. So if I tried to tow this thing backwards, that wheel would just flop around. Eventually you'd start hearing it rubbing. Two? Oh. I mean, once I get it up, it's not going to touch much of that plastic piece there. Thought about dragging this out there in neutral, I'm doing it out there, but I'm in the shade over here and it's hot today, so I think, and they're not real busy right now, so I'm gonna do the disconnect here. Here, and also this guy's probably gonna get his truck back, which I don't blame him. The damage is not that bad. I mean, unfortunately, you can't just drive it out of here, you know, with the steering like that. But yeah, the damage, it's not that bad. So I probably get it back. down anymore. You can see the steering blanket. I mean, I guess that's a tie rod, but it's disconnected over there, so the steering wheel only operates one wheel. Ooh, stickers. That'll stay. I'll just bungee it when I get that sorted. Yeah, it's twisted. E-brake on for now. Save some fuel. See if I can just get away with wrenches. A nice cut right there from something. And it's not splined. It's just little bolts. I think those are, they look like 10s. They look like 10s to me. And I prefer a socket on a big, on a 10, but actually those are not 10. Are those 11? They're 11s, and they're not very tight, which is great. So it looks like I'll get away with just using this 11mm wrench. Ooh, looks like this has been done before. That one was loose already. Huh, I haven't seen that plate before. Some kind of a thing right there I've never seen. This is a 1984. Maybe it's on all of the 1984s and I just haven't seen it. Yeah, that one was already loose. So I'm guessing that somebody has already done it, or from maybe they towed it in with it disconnected. This is where using a ratcheting one helps. And the only reason why I don't have the ratcheting kind is because usually they're too thick to get in between, like with well, the Subarus especially. Like the last Subaru I did, you could only fit a thin wrench with 12 points in there. You could not fit a ratcheting wrench in there because it was just too thick. And the ones with the 6 points were also too thick. So sounds crazy to me, but hey, made it. So that was maybe a little difficult for the average. No one's just going around disconnecting Subarus rear ends. Alright, that's better. And because these are already loose, that's a great sign for me. I mean, the top was a little bit harder, but that means that this probably will not be rusted stuck on here, because sometimes they are rusted. This guy probably takes care of his truck himself. So, some nice sweat in my eyes. Now I'm gonna go get a strap. Keep these in the truck, that way don't get lost. Usually this is a safe spot. Oh, I'm glad I was able to do that without having to turn the truck on and move it. Sometimes you gotta turn it back on and move it forward and backward to get it to work, but it worked the way it is. Now I'm gonna turn it on. Sometimes they'll just pop right out if you move the truck forward or backward just a little bit. And usually I'll put a strap underneath, that way it doesn't fall and hit the ground. Because I remember right, those shafts are like a little over 20 pounds or so, 25, 30 pounds. Maybe, I could be wrong. So I really don't remember, and I've never weighed one. Yeah, that's a good idea, leaving it here and not going in the sun, because it's hot outside already, pretty hot. Normally you don't have to get too tricky with this. this is usually all you need. Just a single loop around and hook it somewhere where it fits. Usually that's all you need. Sometimes you need more, but I might need to keep this a little loose. Not that loose. There we go. Something. So it's got something to fall. Let's see if it'll pop out. Oh yeah, I'll take the e-brake off. Okay. So then our little tool, let's see, where's that tool at? I mean, I have a crowbar, but I like my other tool because it's flat. Sometimes you can bang it with a hammer gently and it pops out. Let me see if sticking it in neutral will help it cooperate. Sometimes that works. This one is, it's a little bit different. Not different, but normally those just pop right out, but this one on the other side, there it goes. It came out on the other side. Usually these come with the drive line and not, they normally don't separate like that, but it did in this case. Now I just have to keep it. This just has to stop from hitting the top there, so wherever I can strap this up here, keep it from falling. That'll work. Might seem a little bit much, but to make sure. There we go. Okay, she's good to go. Yeah, this one popped itself out. And make sure I've got the other one. Isn't that the one that I just threw over? Ah. I'll put this back into park. Take it out of here. Straighten out the chains. And put my light bar on it. That's coming off of there. That heat is gonna kill my... That's too bad. It's another problem with the heat. It tends to kill things that are attached to the to the windshield. No one's coming. Straighten out the chains right here before I leave. Don't think I'll need to go any higher, but I'll just double check. Yeah, it looks high enough. You don't want to go too high anyway because of that rear end. It's all already low. Yeah, it looks fine. Oh, he's got a little bit of a... What is that? Steering leak? Yeah, that makes sense. On account of that thing doing what it did. Makes perfect sense. The steering would be leaking. Good. It's not raining, but just so I keep his truck as clean as I can. So it looks like he takes care of his truck in here. I don't want yard dust getting it all nasty. Yeah, that rear end it's pretty low, so I don't want to go any higher. Usually, as long as you could stick your foot on, or at least my foot, under it, that's a rule of thumb that I use. As long as I can put my foot underneath it, I'm not worried. But she looks good, so on to Puyallup. degrees out. Ooh, this thing moved quite a bit. I don't remember putting my chain underneath there, but I must have. Now you see what it would have done if I tried to tow this thing backwards with the steering all messed up. That wheel would have just went wherever the road would take it. Let's see what it does when I take the strap off, if anything. Play around with it to get that chain off. What's that? Chain looks kind of stuck. It's probably. Might be able to wiggle it out of there. Move the wheel. Make sure the e-brake's on because there's nothing keeping it from moving. That might be enough to do it. Yep. Is there a big rock in there? Oh yeah. Some concrete. Strap. And there's all that dirt under there. Next. That screw came loose. Screw came out. You know, for those things costing like $300 plus, I should list at least, I don't know, put some threads in there or something. Hopefully this thing is heavy enough and not too hot enough anyway that it'll just slide right off, because sometimes even if it's heavy enough, if it's, I don't know, it's interesting that the tires, you know, they'll get sticky. They'll stick. You know, if they stick, then it's not coming off without a little bit of extra encouragement. Hey, you never know, it can't go off. Very smoothly. Sometimes. It might do it this time around. That'll be heavy enough to come slide off of there. No, it wasn't so bad yesterday because even though it was like 90 degrees out, the air was still cold. It's still like that today. It's just not as cold because, you know, there's full sun out here right now. But it was better yesterday. Seems like it's worse today. Either way, it's hot. Too hot for me. If I had a pool, I'd probably be in it all day. If I didn't have to work. But otherwise, I'm just gonna stick around the inside of the house when I get back. Heat is making those tires sticky, but still able to slide it off. So that's good. here. Doubt it's gonna go anywhere. Turn that wheel a little bit. That full angle. Say now it should just roll right off since it's a 4x4. Wait, what am I doing? Right? Right. No, okay. No, other way. Man, that's another thing it does when it's really dry out and dirty. Those bags, they get all messed up like that. There's no leaks in them. They just get sticky. They stick to that. So I usually spray some WD-40 on it, but I've run out of WD-40. I need to buy more.